Therefore shall her plagues come in one day, and death, and mourning, and she shall be utterly burned with fire, by strong, saith Yahweh, Bahashem, Yahushua,
To the Most High. This may be a shocking to you, brother, but and studying and looking and doing my research through the YouTube, GMS I'm talking about. Why do you think a lot of people shit on GMS? Because now that I'm watching a little bit of videos, I'm saying, yo, they right on point when it comes to the Bible. A lot of people don't see that. So we're going to talk more about that because I got some questions. As I'm looking at, you know, GMS and the way they teach and the way they go in the Bible, and I be looking it up, I be like, yo, is these dudes right? And I be like, they right on point. Why do you think a lot of people go against them? Even in the truth, like the brothers that's in the truth goes against them.
Well, I'm going to start with myself, right? Elder Tahar is one of my teachers as well. Now, don't get it twisted. I've been in the truth for almost 30 years. Next year makes 30 years. So he was back at One West. But when I was back at One West, Tahar was already a general back at One West. I'm a 19-year-old sorry about that. Yeah. I'm a 19-year-old coming into this truth in 92. So I'm not putting myself on a level with Tahar, but I remember Tahar from back then. And I remember the Tahar from the House of David because we was there. So I already know how Tahar is, Elder Tahar. I already know how he is. So the way that he is how he's always been, right? A lot of people coming up today don't understand him. They don't know it from him from back then. So they kind of, you know, with certain things that he says sometimes, Tahar's a little rough around the edges. Tahar has made tons of videos on me, against me, right? But, you know, then we laugh it off because at the end of the day, I don't take nothing personal from nothing that he says because I realize that he is an elder, but everybody is not me. Everybody's not going to take kindly to these dudes making videos because they make videos about everybody. Everybody's not going to take kindly to these dudes making videos because they make videos about everybody. You know that. Everybody doesn't take kindly to it, but because he's an elder and because I know him from all the way back then, I give him a certain level of respect where I don't feed into it. I think I fed into it one time where he pushed my buttons one time too many and I made a video response and he apologized. But outside of that, I don't really let it get to me, but a lot of people that don't know him, they allow it to get to them. Does that make sense? Everybody's not going to take kindly to these dudes making videos because they make videos about everybody. Everybody's not going to take kindly to these dudes making videos because they make videos.
I would give all the praises and the honor to Yahweh Bahashem, Yahushua Bahashem, Rucha Ha Kodash, and double honors to the elder apostles and the bishops of Great Millstone. Also, shalom to you other elders and you other brothers scattered abroad and you followers of this truth. Okay, I want to go in this video here with Sad Netta. I ran across, what is it called? It's priest. It says Danyahla speaks on GMS and the Zion Lex vid Captain Tazariak debate. Okay, so I don't know. The way I see it, it looks like it sounds as though Sad Netta is being kind of sincere. Now, some of us may think that this is put it on the act to hype up the debate. I don't know. But it seems like I've noticed that Sad Netta, when he starts questioning like Captain Tazariak, he's questioning it off of the GMS doctrine. And it seems like ISUBK just don't seem to have an answer. Like, does the Lord make flames? You know, that's the best way I could say it. And the ISUBK, they were scrambling and running. Well, the Lord don't make nothing like that, you know. And Sad Netta's coming back with scriptures lined up like GMS. I don't know. But he's, whatever his motives are, it's really doing a serious job on these other camps. Now, this priest, Danyahla, I don't know him. I don't go back to old school with him or whatever. I'm sure the other apostles obviously know him and elders may have known him or whatever. I never had anything bad to say about Priest Danyahla. The only thing I would say, it's not a bad thing anyway. When we do these videos on correction, it's not about being a bad thing and we're just spoiling somebody's mood. It's this unity camps, you know, that's the only issue that I see. You know, the different doctrines, and I think they believe, a lot of these Israelites, they believe that even though we're in different doctrines, we can come to some understanding and get along with and fellowship with one another. Now, I do agree that although we're in different doctrines, that we can get together maybe as a salute and shalom, and we might meet and salute one another. But when it gets to getting down to the nitty gritty and dealing with the doctrine, and you believe Yahushua never worked miracles, oh, we're going to have some debating going on with that. Because Amos 3:3, I guess, can two walk together lest they be agreed? I don't know about that. We're not walking together if you're in these different doctrines. But anyway, seems as Priest Danyahla has referenced Apostle Tahar and given him much respect. And in the video, you can see him reference him. He referenced him as elder, so he still looks at Apostle Tahar as his elder, which he is. Just like Priest Danyahla is various other brothers elders as well. Okay, so he's just showing that respect. I thought that was noble of him to do that. Okay, so I just wanted to go on this video to show you that Sadnetta may very well see the light. You know, I don't know. See, we can't go on our own thoughts, and because Sadnetta said all these crazy things about the Hebrew Israelites, and he set up a platform against us or whatever we have to understand that Sadnetta is set up the way the Most High set him up for whatever reason. There might be some who come out of the conscious community and come to the truth. I don't know. As the scripture says, what's the scripture says? Apollos has watered the plant, but Yahweh give the increase. Okay, but anyway, Daniel 12:10, many shall be purified and made white and tried, but the wicked shall do wickedly, and none of the wicked shall understand, but the wise shall understand. So this is something that Sadnetta knows what the mark is. Okay, Sadnetta knows about the doctrine that everybody talks about. We said even Brother Polite even admitted and went into the blue letter and knew it. All these problems that these other camps have with us, it seems that Sadnetta and even some of Brother Polite can see it. This is crazy. Why? Because he admitted we go into the scriptures, and why? Because we do numerous amount of videos on everybody. You know, that proves that we're no respecter person. We're not just out to build ourselves a name and try to get some attention or some fame or everybody look at us. Remember, GMS is like, as everybody calls us, the worst of the worst group that everybody tends to hate, but it's a good amount of people who respect us and love us or hate us, and we don't get the so-called recognition on this side because we're not worried about that. We're only out to reach the elect. And because you have the truth, anybody knows the truth is hurtful. The real true truth is not going to be an easy road. And when you're dealing with the real truth, you have to understand that is not going to be liked. You have other Israelite groups have managed to take a truth and make it likable, right? With the gimmicks, you know, the women out teaching with the head wraps and dancing and the gimmicks, and saying you can call the Lord whatever you want, saying you can do whatever it is you want to do, you know, just all kinds of explicit things, like IHBK saying you can commit sodomy with your wife and just crazy things. Anyway, Titus 1:9, holding fast the faith the faithful word as he have been taught, that he may be able in sound doctrine both to exhort and to convince the gainsayer, right? So, we're going to go into a couple of these words. Let's go into sound, G5198. When it says sound doctrine. To be sound, well, good health. And this is the actual text that applies. It says, of Christians whose opinions are free of any mixture or error. And see, this is what I want to go back with the unity camps. You know, everybody gets together, everybody got a doctrine, everybody have their own beliefs, but we all know we're Israelites. But the scripture says, as Paul is saying, Christians whose opinions are free of any mixture or error, of one who keeps the graces, okay, and is strong, okay, in the faith. There's a lot of precepts with that, references. Sound doctrine. Let's go to exhort, G3870. It says to call to one side, call for a summon. This is what we reach out there. We don't know. Saying that it might be of the very elect. I mean, love him or hate him, he could be of the elect. And I'm sure some of us do not agree with that. But you'd be surprised. You know, it's times where things like that has happened. Where you had a strict unbeliever who'd been converted. Why are we doing what we do? It's not just when we go out here and teach and we do these videos. I mean, yeah, we're exhorting and we're lifting up, we're edifying, but we're trying to exhort, you know, you to call to you one side. I remember there was a couple guys, brothers I'll say, that was on my other channel, and they had an issue with videos I did, and it was wrong. I was getting on IUIC and this and that. They had a really issue, you know, crazy issue with it. But over time, they converted. We must not forget that. That's what we're here to do. Okay, to convert. And now they say, oh, GMS got the truth. Everybody's going to start seeing when all the show starts to slow down and the real life starts to hit. Then everybody's going to see it was those prophets that was telling the truth. It says to address, to speak to call upon, which may be done in exhortation, entreaty, comfort, instruction. To admonish, to exhort. And this is why Apostle Gabar has this channel, the daily edification and the daily exhortation, right? To build up, to exhort to your calling. It says to beg, to entreat, beseech. Now you hear Paul say, I beseech you, brethren, to call to you, right? To strive, to appease, entreaty, to console, encourage, to strengthen, right? To encourage, to strengthen, exhorting, comforting, and encouraging, right? Okay, let's go and say to convince the gainsayers, G483. See what this says. To speak against and gainsay, to contradict, to oppose oneself to one, to decline to obey, to declare oneself against them, refuse to have anything to do with them. So we see at one time Sayonetta really hated GMS. I'm not going to say hated. I mean, he just didn't agree with the doctrine. You know, he had a big issue with it. And again, I don't know if Sayonetta is saying this to bring more controversy to the show. I mean, this man knows how to make a show. So I don't know. But if he's really sincere about it, that is something to think about. That this man, the head of the black conscious community, can see clear with the Bible the way we preach it. Now you'll see also, you'll see other Israelites who will kind of follow in the footsteps of us, but won't admit it. Even these guys that do these debates, these so-called Christians, they all go to the blue letter. Apostle Tahar through the Spirit is the one that brought that out in this community. Okay? So whenever you go to the blue letter, just know it was that one you hated at GMS who brought that out. And we all as a body, by the way. Just know that GMS is the one, starting with Apostle Tahar, Elder Apostle Tahar is the one that brought that out about the blue letter. That's how you getting your information. And guess who figured that out too? Brother Polite on the so-called rape doctrine. Brother Polite looked at the blue letter and said, yeah, that's what it is. But because you have Jake, and there's Israelite groups who will say they don't want to show the hardness of the Bible. They always want to show the smoothness of the Bible. And that's the Christians. These are Israelite Christians who want to show it the smooth way. So, for instance, when the Lord said he kills, or he causes you to be aflame, or causes you to be taken and beaten, you got Israelite groups saying, no, the God would have never approve of nothing like that. But Sandetta sees it. Oh, and let me say this too, before I close. All these new things that's going to come out with the scriptures, all the truth that is now coming out, that we hear all over the internet, that the Christians are saying, and even vocab is saying that God is the one who created this, and nothing goes without the Most High, and this such and such. Guess where they all learned that from? Various other Israelite groups who ultimately learned it from GMS. Gotta say it. Whenever you get to the nitty-gritty of the Bible, to the secrets and the dirty parts, they'll let us admit that, right? And then hold off. But then when it comes out, then they can't defend it, you know? That's all I have on that. Shalom.